Morning, people. This is Sam, South Carolina Happy Bees. This is Thursday, December the 10th. It's about 65 degrees out here right now. See? And we're going to show you how I feed my bees during winter. We've had 3 weeks of pretty not nice weather. Today's the first day that we've had. It's been really good. And I'm going to show you how I've been feeding my bees. Now this box right here doesn't have any bees in it, doesn't have much of anything in it, you know. I figured this would be a good one to show you today, because they're real active. But you just take your screen, we call this is a 1/2 inch rabbit wire. You just put it down in your frames. I used to use coffee filters, but now I use cheap paper towels. But you can get that like that. Now before I do this though, I do put my shim on. This is a shim that's about somewhere between 2.5 inches and 3 inches. It's got a vent holes in the back. Need ventilation because cold doesn't kill bees. Moisture does. And if they get wet, they catch a thing called, kind of like the flu. So we don't let our bees get wet. So we take sugar and we cover the whole thing. Now I'll show you why in a minute. But we just cover the whole thing. I use about 4 pounds of sugar on there. And what that does was the bees in the hive, they have moisture just like people do. Moisture comes up, like I say, moisture will kill bees, not cold. Moisture come up and it gets to the bottom of it. You know, the sugar collects the moisture and it gets kind of moist under there, and the bees can feed from it. And when it gets real cold, the top of your hive, your top here, you get moisture on it, the moisture will fall down. If it falls down on the bees, if you don't have this on, if it falls down on your bees are dead. So we take care of that. And I mix a little pollen in with my sugar. Depends on how they feel. If they want it, they'll eat it. If they don't, they'll take it out the front door. But let's see. And the bees in the bottom, let's say it's cold for 3 or 4 days and they're in a cluster. Now, let's say you've got honey over here, you honey over here. If it's cold for 3 days, they can't move over here to get food or move over here to get food. But their cluster will rotate, the bees will rotate, and then they can come up and get sugar. A lot of little ladybugs around here. They can get the sugar and feed themselves and stay in a cluster. If you got brood in there, you know, they'll move around. I'll show you how that works in a few minutes. But just do that. Put your, and it doesn't have to be 2.5 or 3 inches. That's just what I got here. But you do that. Put your top on. Your bees can feed themselves. They don't run short of food. When it turns warmer like we do today, they can move their cluster around. They can go out and look for something. There's not much out here right now to eat. And we jack the back of the box up. We level the front, level the back, and then, you know, it's the whole top's level. And then we take the back and we pick it up. In the summertime, I pick mine up about 3/4 of an inch. In the wintertime, I pick it up about 1.5 inches, and that way more of the moisture will run out. But that's what that is. But this is how my bees, they can go all through winter. And then you come back. It doesn't have to even be warm days. You just come back on a day. Now these little girls right here, where are you at? Yeah, there we go. These little girls right here, they're bringing in pollen. If the sugar falls into the bottom, they try to clean it up and they'll tote it out as trash. And we'll go over here to this one. This is another 8 frame. If you note, well, you can't see from there. But you can see where the bees are eating. You can see where the bees are eating on the honey. I mean the sugar. They have holes dug in it because that's where their nectar's at. And they also feed from the bottom when they go up. But you can take that and say later in the year when it gets, say it's 30 degrees out here, you can pull the top off, put you another sheet of paper over that, fill it up with honey again, I mean sugar again, and you don't disturb the bees. And we like not disturbing the bees. I'll show you these over here. And they're pretty active. Okay, this is a double deep 8-frame. And what we're going to do with it today, seeing now it's warm, is we're going to go through it and see if we can't put them in a single frame for when it does get cold. You know, we'll take out what they don't need in there. They're not making very much brood. They're making a little bit of brood, but not much. But anyway, this is Sam, South Carolina Happy Bees. South Carolina. That's why it's 65 degrees. And you know, give us a thumbs up if you like it. Give us a comment. If you don't like it, tell me what you think I'm doing wrong. But they're eating pretty good. Now, over here, let's see if we can get closer to this. I put pollen in the feeder. They need it, and they won't get it if they don't need it. And that's them eating pollen out of their pollen feeder. But give us a comment, something we're doing wrong, let us know, because we don't mind learning things. And we thank you very much. You have a great day. Bye-bye.